Hey everyone, welcome in, welcome in. Right, today I'm going to give this laptop to my dad. This is an old HP laptop. I say old, it's my wife's previous HP laptop. She's now got herself a new one. The laptop that my dad's currently got is actually not living up to expectation. It's not meeting his needs. It's slow, and you know it's due for retirement. In fact, that laptop was my previous laptop, was my old laptop. So I'm going to be upgrading this. This was my wife's ex-laptop. So it's got, at the moment, it's got 8 gigabytes of RAM in it. We're going to be taking that stick out and adding a 16 gig kit, which I've got here. I'm not opened yet. Also, it's got a 1 terabyte mechanical hard drive, which I've already taken out, which is this mechanical hard drive, and I'm going to be replacing that with this, which is a solid state. You get it in shot, a crucial solid state hard drive. Now, I have actually opened this up because I wanted to see what state it was in it internally. So I did open it up. It was quite clean actually. I thought it would be full of a lot of dust. There was a bit of dust in there, but not as much as I thought it would be, considering how long she's had it and how often she's used it. So anyway, I've already previously opened it up, cleaned it out inside, and I did actually drop in a 240 gig solid state drive just to see how it operate. You know, see how it operate on the SSD drive. Now I could actually end up cloning that drive. But I don't know yet. No, I think I'll just do a clean install. So like I said, I have previously opened it, so all the screws are basically out. So I have put it back slightly together to stop dust getting in. I do need to open it up again to just a technique to this. Just need to slightly open it up again so I can get back at the inside. It shouldn't be too bad, because like I said, it has been opened. And all, just one or two of the quips of sort of like work their way back in, as I do. And this basically you pull down, and then you have to pretty much break here. The hinge seems to have got itself back in. It does actually come out. I'll take it off. It's a case of you have to be careful. Now if I wanted to get this back in, it wouldn't have done. Just goes to show how things work when you don't want it to. And part of the problem is that I've still got the battery in, which you should never do. Put the battery into test. There we go. Now with a bit of luck. So straight there because I've got to. these. You've got to be very careful that you don't snap off these tabs. Just need to. It's one that's put itself back into a position that you don't want to let go, which is always the case. There we go. There we go. It's coming. Just get the other spudger here. And just try and weld it out. There we go. And at last, we're there. After a bit of oohing and ahhing, I'm going to get back about. Please apologise about that. Believe it or not, I got it off easier the first time. Mind I suppose it helps, but I didn't forget to take out the battery and the SSD drive. And the CD drive, sorry. Beg your pardon. Right, so here we are. Let me show you. There's the SSD that I previously put in, just to see what it is. As you can see, it's only a 240 gig. It was just a test, it works okay. So now I'm going to retake this out and just get a... just going to remove that. There's only 3 screws on this. Pull this in. Now, there is a ribbon peel where you can take that out, but what I do is just take off the whole connector, because the whole connector is going to go back on. It saves messing about with the ribbon. So that's my previous. That's good. Butterfingers. That's my previous. The SSD that I previously put in. That's the thing about SSD, you don't have to worry about damaging them. If that had been a mechanical drive, I would have had more problems. So, noting how the bracket came out, yeah, it came out that way, so you have this slip here down, this one up, and this one on this side, only 3 screws. Connector on that side, connector facing up, so we've got to take these bracket off and place it on this one in exactly the same orientation. So let me just get a cutting tool. Let me just get a cutting tool. And we'll take the shortest side, which is this side. There we go. Take it back in so we have no mishap. So what I'm going to do, take this SSD out. So you see SSD in the same orientation, and I'm going to take it out of the clamshell, and I'm going to put it into this caddy the same way. So I'm going to do one side at a time first. It's not that I don't know how to go, because it's actually marked up on there. It's got arrows to show you that that's up and that goes that way. But if I do it one at a time, then chances of me getting wrong are minimised. Yeah. So let's get this out of the clamshell. And it's here. Tell that it's there because it's got where you put your thumb. Just remove the clamshell, Some documents there and stuff, both past the side. So as you can see, we are taking them both in the same same way. Yeah. And then that one I'm going to go on to this side. And then I can put that side back on. That will ensure we've got it in the right orientation from the off. Right orientation from the off. Insert your screw. And there you go. Okay. So that's that side done, and I will just repeat that for that side, for the other side. And again, that's got markings on there, so those markings, the arrows, line up the same way as on this side, just mirror the other side, so you can't put it the wrong way around. So if you have got your drive like that, if you've been moving it around and you forget, all you've got to do is look at that side, and when you look at this label, this bracket, side of the bracket, you just line it up the same way. So it's not really, it's really quite easy. You won't, if you just observe, take your time, observe what you're doing, it's not too bad. Remembering that not all manufacturers assemble their system the same way. So there you go, so that's that. So we'll now put this side on. So there you go, just start off, I don't put it in full yet, so I can move it around, just so I can get the other one lined up. Just check something out, just swap that screw around. Shouldn't make no difference, so you know, always never know. Up and forward. Right. You just make the alignment, that's there we are, so now we've got our SSD. Still actually got the box for that one, so I'll put that in this clamshell. Put that in this clamshell, won't matter. I'll clean that and reuse it somehow. It's good for, I keep these, I use these small ones for things like these. Someone just test out if the laptop will, you know, take an operating system okay, or if I want to do any data recovery. I don't bother with these anymore. Now, what I'll do with that is just totally clean it. I'll do a dust man on it to clean, and I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably end up keeping them and then giving them away, or use them for, I don't know, some experiment, something, some content for the channel. Okay, so we've got that ready. Let's now we're going to swap out this RAM. So here we go. So I'm getting this in a bit closer. There we go. So far away. So I'm taking out this 8 gigabytes of RAM, and I'm now actually going to put in the 16 GB kits. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I opened the laptop, because I want to see what memory I had in it, what I had in it. As you can see, I've just got all the RAM, I've cleaned it all out, cleaned out all the ports. So we're going to open this up. And we're going to put that in there. Yes. And then, so open this clamshell, find the part, there we go. There's one, and just match up, we'll just double check. Yep, that's looking good. You line this up, this notch with the notch on this side of the board. Look in, press down, that's one in. Now the other one, and then what I'll do with this, put this in the clamshell, put this in this clamshell, and then I'll use it for something else. It's just line up correctly in the housing. There we go. Don't cause any damage. Okay, and now for the next. Just working my way around, find that. There we go. You just start working your way around, and then the same again. You line up the notches on that side, push it into the logo for it to disappear, and then press down to lock it in. That's it, that's 16 gigs, the 8 gig removed, 16 gigs in. That's it, so that's that. Now what I'll do is reattach our hard drive, and then we can start assembling the system. Yeah, doing everything else. We'll just run around our keys to make sure they're all in, so just lift that up there. You have to just lift it and slide on first, otherwise you won't get it in. Okay, that's it on there, and then there we are. Put the cables in, and then we'll put our screws back in, and then we can look about, we'll check over our cables. So I don't want to open this again, just in case when I was messing around with it before I pulled anything loose. So we'll just look around that. These screws are so tiny, I don't even think they're magnetic. Or they might be. I'm not fully tight now, I've just started it. Just got everything in place. And then just this one on this side, and that's. Okay, now I'll just open them down. Because it was nearly there, so it's just a twist. That's it. It doesn't have to be super tight, it doesn't have to be coming down. It's just all that in place, it's not going to go anywhere, plus the case will keep, the bottom of the case will keep it in. So right now what we're going to do now is just go around all our cables, make sure none of them come loose. Look at that, it's come loose, I have to flick up. So I've released it, we'll just check. Make sure everything's running where it should be. We'll put the bottom back on. There we go. Everything's connected, pushed in, seated. I'm making sure, because I do not want to come back to this again. Or come back to do this operation again. Move those out of the way. Don't need those for now. Now I'm ready to put the bottom back on. Resting pads. When you squeeze it, be careful when you come this hand, squeeze too tight, because that's where the CD drive, the CD-ROM goes. So we'll put that back in now. So we've got some resistance. Okay. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Do apologise for that. Just have to check something now. I'm expecting some more delivery from Amazon. I thought it was one, but it wasn't. False call. Okay. Now, you may notice I've got 2 screws here, separate from the rest of the screws. That's because these are slightly different, because these go under the hinge. It's not a lot of difference, but you've got to be careful when you put the screws in. I put all these screws together because they're all the same size screws, same length and everything. These are slightly different, the heads on them are slightly different, and these go under these hinges. And this over here that we're looking at. So when I was taking this laptop apart, I was having a problem, I wondered why it couldn't come, and something told me to be nosy and lift this up. And when I did, this is what I found. There were some screws that go into there, and that was what was holding me up. So when you take these laptops apart, a lot of them have hidden screws. I thought there was some under here, but there wasn't. And some laptops you've got 2 rubber bands like these. This is what, you know, the feet that stops it sliding. There'll be like 2 of them. 2 of them have 2. And under there, when you lift these up, there will be hidden screws. You'll see some screws on the bottom. You'll see these hidden screws. But that's what that was. So that's, I'm not sure. Oh. Just get these in first. I want to get these in so I don't get them mixed up. So like I say, this is just slightly different from the rest. When you're doing laptops, you've got to be careful that you don't mix the screws up. Some screws, there's a screw that's also incorporated into the keyboard. Not on this one, but there you go. Turn that up, push it down. Turn that up, push it down. Okay, that's that bit, and now we'll go around all the other screws. So I can just take that out of there, just put it in there so I can get them easier. Okay, well, the battery is charged, but what I'm going to do, I like to keep it plugged in because I'm going to be putting a lot of. Let's see, make sure we can still start up. We have. These install apprentices, that's what we want to see. Okay. Let's power that down. Well, I think I might need a longer 49 cable actually. I don't think that's going to reach.
I'm just trying to get you a better angle. I want you to see what's going to happen now.
Just a bit more room. A bit more. Right. Okay, if you just wonder what I was doing, I was just moving the power. There we go. Now, because I wanted to be able to see, hopefully, we can get this. Do this right. You should be able to see what I'm doing. I'll just tidy some stuff here a second. Just open up a bit of room. That way. Right. Just open up a bit of room. And now I'll try and set OBS so you can see a bit. So let's power this back on a second because I want to test. Okay, now I want to try and set this up so you can see the screen as I'm working on it. So pull this back around here. Let me unplug this first, and then that way then. that's happening, I'm just going to nip downstairs and check if there's any deliveries from me. Now what's on there? That bit display, there you go. That's the display driver. That's why the screen went blank.
Right. Just had a little snap there, lads. Not at anything yet. So I'm just having a an espresso. Like on this laptop, you could hear it. It's gone quiet now. It's quieting down, but it wasn't going mad. It wasn't at full tilt, but it had gone up a bit from what it normally is, from like idle, because it's actually working. So now, because now there, I can actually restart that now to get these to bed in before we get this other optional update. We'll go down and install it now, but sometimes it can conflict, it can crash, and it's asking me actually to restart now. So we'll do that. Now, moving the Elgato cut out. see what's here. Yes.
Hello, where are we?
I've sussed it. Great, well done. Right, so now I've gone through all that. I've just 2 clicks of a button and I've sussed it. Oh man. Right, let's go back and check out this.
See what's here.
Right, device manager.
I've sussed it. Great, well done. Right, so now I've gone through all that. I'm just 2 clicks of a button and I've sussed it.
I'm wondering why I'm getting this.
Right, let's go back and check out this. See what's here. Right, device manager. I've sussed it. Great, well done. Right, so now I've gone through all that. Just 2 clicks of a button and I've sussed it. I'm wondering why I'm getting this.
Is that a delay in YouTube broadcasts? Because I don't know what's going on here. Why am I hearing that? This is really getting me down. I'm gonna start using separate audios, a dedicated audio microphone rather than the ones on the camera. This is driving me mad. Right, okay. Let's carry on now with. Let's crack on. First thing I want to do is right click that, settings, and I want to pin that. I always pin that. Oh, what's happening there? When you right click that, you should be able to right click settings. There you go, pin to taskbar. It's got it. And then I'm going to do that again with the control panels. Check for update, download and install. Well, we'll get this one done. I'll get this one done. And while that's checking for that, I also want the control panel. Where's my control panel? Control panel up now. Pin to taskbar. There we go. There we go. Now I've got them both done. I like to have these two. Me personally, I like to have these 2 pinned to the stack. Why does that magnify up there like that? Why is that? Why is this lagging? So this image you're actually seeing now is actually from the laptop itself, because I've got the Elgato card. Instead of having to point the camera at the screen and then you seeing it and you're getting a horrible picture, you're actually looking now as if though you're actually on the laptop itself. That's the reason for having the Elgato capture card. That's what it does. That's why I wanted it. But I made the silly error when I first set it up, not realising that I'm not putting the operating system on this system yet. I was trying to capture a system with no drivers or no information on it to activate the input, the HDMI input port, and so that's why you couldn't see anything. And only until after I installed the operating system could you actually get onto the actual laptop. So this screen you're looking at now is actually the laptop. It's not a camera looking at a laptop. You actually capture the image from the laptop itself. Now I've got one more 9th gen PC to build, similar to the one that I did for my friend, except the one that I'm going to build, what's it won't have in it? It won't have a Wi-Fi card in it unless you want a Wi-Fi card, and that's going to be for sale. So if you've got a system that's really old and won't run Windows 11, the system that I want to build is for Windows 11, can run Windows 11. In fact, I might even install it with Windows 11. And that's going to be for sale, and it'll be for sale for the parts. So the list of the parts. And it's custom built. It'll be custom built. And then later on, I don't know when yet. I've got to sort some stuff out. I'll be doing a. I might not do a 12th gen build because DDR5 is so expensive at the moment. DDR5 is practically nearly as much as a graphics card. So I'll probably do an 11th gen. 11th stroke 12th gen. 12th gen standard, but use DDR4 RAM in it. The only reason being that DDR4. The thing is, there's a lot of issues. Well, I say a lot of issues. DDR5 is still not a settled platform yet, the RAM kit, and with certain configuration it gives certain problems. So you could do a DDR5 setup and you find that everything is okie-dokie, it runs okay on that, but you can do it with maybe a different motherboard or something, and something don't agree, or when you try to run certain types of title, you have issues. And so far, what it is certain types of titles seem to be giving the issues, or after it's been running for a while, there's something wrong. So I don't know if it's compatible with the board or whatever, or after Microsoft released an update, a major update, it seemed to cause some sort of RAM, or trigger some sort of RAM compatibility issues. So DDR5 is not yet as steady as DDR4. I'm running DDR4 in all my systems. I've got no problem. I'm not prepared to go and pay out lots of money for DDR5 and I can't get it to run stable. That's no good to me. So you'll notice that it's been stuck on 21% for quite a while, and you'll be, well, it's just jumped to 45. As I said, see, as I open my mouth now, it's proving me wrong. But you're going to find that during these cumulative updates, you're going to get sections where the PC seems to be stuck. And well, it's not. It's because it's usually decompressing files that it's installing, because some of these updates, the files. Where was I? Yeah, as I was saying, a lot of the files within the update itself are what we call compressed files. Now, I know what compressed files is, but those of you that are in the know-how will know exactly what we mean and what's going on. Those of you that aren't familiar with compressed files, basically what it is that the code that is written, a lot of the, we know that the code is written in maybe a language like C plus or C++ or whatever they're using at the present. But like you have certain letters, certain characters written certain letters. Well, what will happen is the first letter will be written, and then when that letter is repeated, to compress the file, instead of being like, say, maybe just for argument's sake, say being 100 gigabyte file, it's still 100 gigabyte, but to compress it down to maybe say 50 gigabytes or 40 gigabytes. And how that's done is that within the code, whatever letter's repeated, they assign a special character, and that character's put in place of where that letter should be. So that's what's going on in the background. So that when you see your system stops at maybe 45% or 46%, and you think, why does it take so long? It's because it's compressing these files and then putting those characters back into its correct place, so that it goes into the system and into the registry correctly. So that's what it is. So that's what's happening. So that's why you'll get. You see, it was stuck at 21, then it jumped to 45. Now all of a sudden it's gone to 43 because that's what's happening in the background. So when you see it stuck at a number, don't panic, don't fret. Just be patient because that's what's happening. It's uncompressing the files and then installing it into memory, into the registry in the correct locations, and making sure that it's so self-repairing that it's making sure it's not duplicating the same location in memory. So that's what's going on. So you have to be patient. You have to wait. And that's the only thing I dislike about this HP laptop. It's not the fact that it's got no LEDs. It's got LEDs, but it's got very, very tiny ones on the right-hand side of the bezel. And you can't see when so let's keep putting your head around there and you see that light, that HDD light working. You don't know anything is happening and you might think it's not working and try and restart it. I like it where I like laptops where they've actually got indicators on the fascia itself that you can see, whether it be at the front end of the bezel, where it can be at the front of the bezel, yeah, or at the top of the bezel, and that way then you can see what's happening. You can see HDD activity, so you know what you've got activity. The system's still got a few 6 gigabytes types about capacitors about. They are still quite expensive compared to mechanical drives. So you have to work out for yourself how you want to do it. But I will always say, don't ever, in this modern day and age, you should not have your operating system on a mechanical drive. You should just be using mechanical drives for data storage, and that's only if you need high quantity, high volume, or high capacity storage. So if you're an architect where you do a lot of architecture stuff, or you're into video editing, you do a lot of video editing, so you need a lot of capacity, then that's where you use a mechanical drive. But if you can, I would say use an SSD, the biggest SSD you can do, use that. But I'm not totally saying don't ever use a mechanical drive. I'm just saying don't use a mechanical drive for, number one, your OS as a boot system, as a boot drive. Yeah. Don't put your OS, your operating system on a mechanical drive, because if you're somebody that turns your PC off at night, you don't leave it on. Obviously, because we know energy prices are going up, so we know there's a lot of caveats for different uses. A lot of people want to save money, so they're not going to leave the PC on when they're not using it. They're going to turn it off. Your biggest problem with mechanical drive is that it's always going to fail when you start it. That's when it's prone to failure. Is that boot up? While it's spinning, it's usually okay. Is that boot up? That's why in the old days you always say, leave your PC on that. It's just because if your data was sensitive to you, and you're working on critical data, i.e. using the law sector, where you're dealing with lots of, evidence and witness statements and, all the rest of it, or what's involved, to lose that on a mechanical drive is actually sacrilege. It's murderous. That's a crime in itself. So you should always have your operating system on an SSD or an M.2 drive if your system supports it, simply because it's far better. It's far better, and then just save your data to a mechanical drive if needs must. If you can get away with if you can find high capacity SSDs or M.2 drives, use them. That's all I'm saying. So, but usually, going good now. We're ready for a restart again, and then we'll get our optional update. Right, so that's pending a restart. Let's see what optional updates there is. You see, it's drivers. Yeah. media system, PCI family controller. Yeah. Right, so we'll get them in a bit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let this cumulative driver. I'm going to let this start. Install. Put in a restart. I'm going to let this install because that's what it's going to do now. It's going to bed it in now. So we're going to let that reinstall, and then we'll get those optional drivers. Yeah. So that is, I know I keep going on about it, but that's one of the reasons why we tend to move away from mechanical drive, especially in the domestic market. In a domestic household, you shouldn't really be using mechanical drive for your boot option, for a boot up. You should be using an SSD. Now, I know a lot of you from home, your flight simmers. I'm not talking about those that just fly an aircraft for fun. I'm talking, you've got some heavy simmers, that do it as a living, that actually flies for the community. Try out different aircrafts and set up, and they've got a lot of add-ons. So they'll have an SSD set up, and then they'll have maybe 2 or 3 10 terabytes or whatever mechanical drives. That's just where they store the data. The actual boot up, they'll have something like a 2 terabyte or whatever, M.2 if the board supports it, or SSD, and that's where their boot up their OS will be stored, their boot up, because that's more reliable. So I do realise that there's needs and must, and people will swap and change different configurations. The way everybody uses the system is different. I do realise that, so I'm not saying this is the only way. I'm just advising that where possible, make sure if you inherit a PC that has a mechanical drive with your OS on it, go and get yourself an SSD, or if your board supports an M.2 drive, and maybe clone it over to that other media, and use that as your boot drive, and then use your mechanical drive for storage. Especially when you want to store photos or everything, just use it for storage. Because remember, a mechanical drive is not used to boot up. As soon as your PC starts up, it goes to BIOS. It already knows which is your boot drive, your boot media. So it'll say it's a crucial, as in this case, a crucial 1 terabyte SSD. That's the boot media. So it'll go there, boot up, bang bang. Then obviously it does its other check, and all it does is just check that what you got attached. Oh, he's got a mechanical drive attached, but it's not a boot sector. So it boot from that. That's just used as storage. And you hear everybody going about, moving off mechanical drive as a boot media because it's so unreliable. And like I said, it'll fail mostly when you start up. That's when it'll always fail. You'll be using it, you'll switch off, and then it'll fail you. Right, so enough of me waffling on about mechanical drive. I think you get the message by now. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of insight. Right, so now we're back to here again. So let's again. Oh, where's the control panel? Where are my settings? Why are my settings not on there? Is this thing still bedding in? So we'll get these drivers. We'll get these updated. No, we've got all our drivers then. So that's what I'm doing now. These, I don't think these are too big, they won't take too long. Pending install, pending install. Now this is installing. I don't think the two, there you go, there's one done. There's 2 done. There's 3 done. There you go, there's 4 done. I'll just check again now. Why? I wonder if that's what was. So that camping pole was setting. Now I've got it set to. I'm wondering. Test your microphone. I'm just doing some crap here, guys. I'm just checking out. I'm just checking out some. Let me just do that back again. And stereo mic with high definition audio. Could that be what I was after? Could that be? I'm still getting this laggy. I'm still wondering why I'm getting this lag. So I'm wondering if it's okay. What I'm going to do now is I want to see how long this thing takes to start up. So I need to. Yes, I've got it. Right, so I'm going to put a timer. I'm just going to put it. Not really. See, I'm just setting this up. I'm going to put a. So let me just. I need to put my. I'll do the final bits. I'll do the final bits offline. So I think we're more or less done there, but we're going to do a startup, guys. On there. Not very good. What's happened there? Just 1 second, people. There isn't somehow. There isn't some. There's just something's happened today. There seemed to be a bit of. Don't know where that's come from. It's been in a box. What with the cardboard box deteriorating? Right, I've just got my timer out and the screen was all full of bits stuck to it. In fact, the whole unit was, and I don't know why that was, because it's not been used. I've not had it out. Anyway, what I'm going to do. I'm going to see. Let me just get a battery here. I'm just going to see if I can. No, that's a double A. That's a double A. I want a triple A. And just make sure it's not a double A. No, it's far too big. I didn't think it was. Right, so I just want a triple A battery. I'm just putting a triple A battery in, and then we are going to. Actually, I've got it the right way around. Plus and minus. Minus. Plus. Right, triple A's in. So put it the right way around, guys. Okay, so we're set up. Don't know if you can see it there. Can't. So I'm gonna start part. So I'm gonna shut this down. Bang. So I'm shutting this down, and then once I've done this, that'll be it. So shut down. See that already? It's shutting down. I didn't actually check the BIOS if the date and time was set, but I'll do that. I'll do that off camera. I won't do that on camera. I'm sure you've had enough now. I'm just going to see how quick this boots up now. So let's get that up there, because what I need to do is press that and that together. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm now getting no signals from the Elgato card. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. About 30 seconds, not too bad. I'll call it about 30 seconds. Yep. That's good. That's good. So we're there now, guys. So I'm gonna wrap it up there now, guys, because I've been going for quite a while. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. What little bit I've got to do is nothing much. It's just a basic case of cleaning down the system. We've checked the BIOS. We've got all our updates. So that's it. So guys, thank you very much for joining. I'm sorry I had some difficulty with the audio at the beginning. I didn't actually realise it, simply because I was only using one monitor, and I've got I put on to YouTube to go live, then it says it couldn't activate because it was being by the cameras was being used by another program, which obviously was OBS. When it did come through, obviously I've got two webcams set up on this, and obviously the audio was being picked up by both cameras. But also there was I noticed a setting that said Elgato high definition audio or something. So I've got a feeling that interference that you're hearing was from the Elgato card. And when I went into the setting and disabled a couple of things, it got better. But then obviously I heard the feedback again, and I think that was from off the monitor of my YouTube channel feeding back through. So yes, I've still got audio issues that I need to sort out. I'm definitely going to look at investing in a dedicated a separate audio system. And what I'll do, I'll disable the audios in the webcams. So webcams just pick up video only with no audio. So I'm going to edit this and re-upload it, and hopefully be a lot better. And where I'll obviously have to do a voiceover. Okay, so with that being said, guys, I'm going out for now. So hope to see you all in the next one. I'm out. Bye, everyone.